Patreoners, YouTubers. I'm out here on Lycan Valley Road, getting ready to take the dogs for a walk on a trail that we were at last night. But we're going to take it a little further and go the Rattling Creek trail, and we're going to give these dogs a workout because they need the workout. I need the exercise as well. I like doing trails. It's exercise, and plus you get to see the outdoors and come across some people, maybe. Last night we didn't, but we rode on this road, I don't know how far, but I know when I started the thing, we were, till we stopped was like almost 5 minutes, and got out and did the trail. Rocky loves the wine, so he's on TV now. See yourself, Rocky, in the camera. So anyway, we passed a woman. She was running. I think she's a marathon runner. We see her running every day. Kudos to her. If I had the time, I'd probably run just as well. So this week coming up, I have a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I will probably end up trying to do something or go somewhere. Alright, we're coming up to the bridge. The first bridge on this road, but it's not too far from where we need to park. Look at him. Precious is there, and Rocky's hanging his head out the window. Would you quit your whining? Oh, I hate his whining. But anyway, I have to turn this around so you guys can see where we're going. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute to Patreon. Thank you. Alright, there's turned around. I'm going to be putting this in my... Today I brought water. Oh, look at the turkeys. There are turkeys. See the turkeys? This is a turkey wild preserve. So, there's a bunch of turkeys there. Oh, look them run across the road. Oh, you leave them alone. Shush. They're over there. There they go. Rocky will come across them again because they're walking that way. Shush! Oh my God, I'm gonna cut your tongue out. Better yet, I get that electric shock thing. And then your little butt, man. National Wildlife Turkey Federation. That's what that stands for. The NWTF. So, Rock, stop. There's no reason for you to do it. Got anxiety issues. I don't have anything orange on the day, which may be a problem. I don't know. Today's Sunday. They shouldn't be hunting on a Sunday. Because right there was some turkeys. But I didn't see no gobblers with them. Big old. seems like pretty far out here. I wonder if she runs clear out this way. Stop it, Rock. You're a freaking crybaby. You're a freaking crybaby. That's what you are. Well, if you don't want to go nowhere anymore, I'll just leave you at home, and me and Precious will go for our walks. You can stay home in the cage. I'll put you in the cage. Should be coming up here. Unless I passed it. I don't think I passed it. Shut your trap. Yes, I'm back here pretty far. Should be coming up right in this area somewhere. I know I don't. Oh, here it comes. Alright, we're coming up to the spot. And I'm going to pull up in here. Pull my car up in here. Alright. And I'll put the... And I'm gonna turn this off for a sec so I can. Okay, let's go. Back to the trail. Go, Precious. Go. You just want to go, Rock, and Precious wants to find a place to poop. Good girl. Dad's got to go to Walmart and get you some of them, that big roll of bologna or whatever it is for dogs. Oh, good girl. You feel like $1 million now? Yes, I guess so. Oh, quit rolling in stinky stuff. Come on. That's all she likes to do is roll in stinky stuff. She wants to roll in stinky stuff, and then he wants to run. Well, not run, but pull me along. You might as well say run. If I let him go, he'd just go. Because Rocky's not too bright. He's like a dumb jock. And a whiny little baby girl. Leaves are changing. Let me see. Take the end. Again? No. That's that stinky stuff you were trying to get into yesterday. Bugs aren't bad today. Come on. Both of you. Keep moving. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Tomorrow I gotta go take my test for my CDL. So I hope it's like what's online, the questions that are online. I gotta read some of the book. Here we go, we're going over a mound. Oh, here's that path to go the other way. I think it might be a shortcut to Rattling Creek. Come on. Let's go. What is so interesting? Catnip for dogs. Rocky's running. Like I want to get this over with, so I can go back and lay in my house and eat bonbons, eat my bones. Go. Dad didn't bring a cup or anything, so when Dad gives you water, we're going to have to find a natural cup. Come on, Precious. Oh, he's rocky. Your tongue hanging out. Oh my God. You're not even 10 minutes into this. Precious, you're dragging. I need new walking partners, I guess. Come on, get ahead of Dad. Get ahead of me. Come on, hurry up. I think when it gets too thick, she gets scared. I think that's her issue. She might be claustrophobic. Let's get up to that pole where it says Rattling Creek. And that'll see about giving you some water. I have to get one of those fold-out cups and put it on this. Alright, let's see here. What can Dad use? Alright, we can find a stone or something that's concaved. Go ahead. Come on, Precious, get your butt moving. Rocky's like pulling us. Rock, come here. There. Give you some water. How you like them apples? Squirt it right into your mouth. Come on, Precious. Jeez. Got one that wants to run. I got the other one that wants to lag behind. And she wants to go another. Go. this might just swing around. I don't know. We'll see. That boat, not pulling. Right, up and over. Minutes. Almost 20 minutes, Rock. You've been walking. Woodpecker. It's a woodpecker, Rock. I'm sorry, Rock, but Precious is slow. Precious is being really slow today. She's like, I don't want to do these trails no more. Nothing out here? Nobody out here? Just us? Yep. Us and nature. got to figure out how to do this if we go camping. I guess I have to tie you and these guys up to a tree while Dad puts the tent together, and then puts you guys inside the tent so you don't run off. Here, Rock. Rocky, you want some water? Here. Hey, Precious. You want some water? You don't like water that way, do you? I'm just going to spray you in the face anyway. Oh, look at all these rocks. Yep, look at all of them. Holy cow. There's just like a area here. There's like a whole area. It's just circles here that they're nothing but rocks. Odd. Very odd indeed. Now, where does the oh my. So we come up here. Let's walk across here. Alright, we'll find a, here, come here. Let's see if we can find a flat stone. Here, Precious. Precious, here. Want some water? Here. Precious, come here. Come here. You thirsty? You don't want no water? She's so snooty when it comes to water. Unless she's been walking for a while. Alright, I think I see the path. You walk straight across the bunch of rocks. Come on, hurry up, Daddy. We're gonna get to the end of this. If there is an end to this. Probably not. All I want to do is find where they have the Love Rock sign. Somebody put a little thing here. Walk across. It's kind of nice. They pretty much took rocks and I guess put them in the pathway. And I guess over the years they sank in. This would be nice to come out here with a girlfriend. All alone in the woods. The romance could happen. Have a picnic somewhere. Take some food. Have a picnic. I could see that. I could see. It'd be real romantic and intimate. Any of you ladies out there want to go on a picnic with me? Of course, I'll leave the dogs home. Rock, stop it. Just some sort of rat. Rock, stop. Just because you're excited. Come on, get moving. We're waiting on you, precious. Go, Rock. You stop every 5 feet now, because you've seen it. Come on, get moving. Rock, when you pull like that, you're going to get Dad hurt. Precious lagging behind. I put the thicker rope on Rocky, and I took the thinner rope and put it on Precious, since he likes to pull. Yeah, I'm talking about you, like he's doing now. Precious is on my heels. I do know this. I'm going to have to tie them to a tree because I have to use the facilities, and I got to turn off the camera. Bigfoot's out here watching us. That's what it is, Rock. Bigfoot's watching us. Now we're going downhill. Now, Precious, you need that birdie. You heard that birdie, Precious. Now you're all perked up, raring to go. Uh-huh. Now both of you. You ain't rolling in nothing dirty. I did that earlier. It's a Sunday. It's the Lord's day. Where are you going? Where are you going? I see that trail, but get out of that. Probably deer poop. This is better than the corn mazes. That field of screams. Just have a couple people hiding out here. Dressed up like zombies. Or Jason, or what have you. Go. You two don't behave. I'm gonna get a whip. I'm gonna make a whip. I'm gonna whip your little butts. This is pretty windy. Instead of going like the crow flies. Yep. Okay. Interesting looking tree. A 90-degree bend. Oh, are you kidding me, precious? Go. Go. Oh, it's just another tree laying up against it. But it's still an interesting shaped tree. It's the shape of a Z. 2 90-degree bends. I take it that sign has to be at a main drag, or somewhere where people park. That's what I'm thinking. But where that is, I don't know. Because it'd be right off the way, and it'd tell you how far you gotta go to get there. It's not like it's gonna be on, like that pole back there. You want some water, Rock? You're the foaming. I see you foaming. Come here. Thirsty? Good for a little while? How about you, Trish? You want some water? I know, you gotta have a cup. Here, you want some? No? Okay. Oh my. Oh, come on over here. Get over here. Come on. Get back over here. Let him go by. All right. Met one person. Mountain biking. Okay. See where this takes us. And we're already 38 minutes into this rock. So we're going to do an hour. We're going to do an hour. You hear me? We're going to do an hour walk and an hour walk back. Oh, now you tinkle. I wonder if anybody's ever got lost up here. I have 1 million minutes of content on YouTube. It's interesting. So all you overseas people, you can see it just looks like we're probably where you're at. The way the woods looks. Unless you're in the desert or in the Antarctic. But I know from pictures, Iceland is gorgeous. And they have the geysers and the volcanoes. They have geothermal heat. I would love to go there. Maybe I would really like to maybe find a girlfriend in Iceland and move there. That could be one of the options I could do. Just move to Iceland. Put my dogs on a plane, sell everything, put my dogs on a plane and move to Iceland. There's a lot of acorns this year. I'm sorry for jumping from Iceland to acorns. But this year there's been a lot of nuts produced by the trees. So they got plenty of rainfall for that to happen. And I seen something here, but Rocky didn't see it. Look at the moss on the path. They should have, like, at the end of this bathroom or some sort of shelter or or a bench where you could sit down. I didn't take notice where it looked like they came out to a point. Two of the trails came out to a point, so I'm kind of hoping this one leads to that point, and that is where the Love Rock is. But so far, I don't think I'm going in that direction, but next time we'll have to go straight back there instead of turning Rattling Creek. The looks of this is going downhill, and most likely intersects with the Docks Trail. You know what, you're okay. Let me look at the timer. We got 15 more minutes of walking, Rock. Then we can turn around. Go ahead. You two are slowing up. You two are really slowing up. See, if I had my phone on, if I had my GPS, I could see where we are. But I'm in the middle of filming, and what I need is another camera to show where we are at on the map. What are you? This is your week walk. You did 5 miles at Little Buffalo last week. Yeah, this is going downhill. I don't know if you want to go back downhill. Do we want to turn around and go back? Come on, let's go back. At least you drink it this way. Precious not so much. Precious, you're going to have to learn how to. You want water? Here. There. Right there. Okay. You be a little wench. I just have to remind myself to bring a foldable cup. Ugh. Let's see, I got ham at home. I think I'll fry up an egg or two. And I got some bread. Hopefully the bread's still good. I'll toast the bread and make me some egg sandwiches for tonight, for dinner. Oh, okay, hold up. Daddy's, come on. It's always this shoe, though. I blow a tire. I always blow, the shoestring always lets it loose for some reason. See, they get tired. My little kids get tired. I really didn't get them anything. I might have to take a run to Walmart tomorrow after work. But I gotta go to, gotta see what time they open. PennDOT. I know it's gonna be crazy because the last time I went to get the CDL book, it was crazy. I don't know why they don't have a different way for the military to get their CDL besides going in and having to take permit tests, which we take tests to drive these big machines, and the commanders give us access automatically. I don't know why they have to have it. It should be all one piece of paper. What are you two doing? Dude. There, now she found some water. Oh, whoop. Hey, nope. Hi, guys. See? That's some more people. They were flying. They were flying. I have a mountain bike, but now he's ready to go. Bucky's ready to go do this. That gave Rocky some pep. Now he's trying to pull all his might. He'll slow down here in a bit. Good bridge here. Well, if we get up here and there's a road, we'll take the road rock. We'll go walk back the road to get back to the car. This might be the... Oh! Come on, get over here. Over. You okay, Rob? You want to go? Or you want to turn around and go back? I don't know how close we are. I see them going straight up that way. So, ready to go back? Come on. Turn around. Turn around. Let's go back. Come on. We are at, you might as well say 56. So, come on. You go back. We'll stop at this water hole so you two can load up. So Precious can load up anyway. What is that little bridge? Alright. Coming up to it. Hours for No. Come over on this side. Come over on this side. Come over here. Get down there. Come on, get down there. Get a drink. What are you doing? You two are the most weirdest dogs. There's water right there, and you want to go for this other puddle. Go get a drink. It's a spring. Comes out from underneath here, so probably the best water in the Come on, let's get going. You load it up this way. There we are. They're all filled up and ready to go. I know I'm not that bad of a guy. There are guys out there that are worse off. All I did was go on and snoop to see who she was talking to, and occasionally grabbed her phone and looked to see who she was talking to. Rachel's phone. But that's because she was being secretive. And so, well, it got to the point, if she ain't going to take care of her man at home, I need something to how would you say, take care of me. I had to take care of me. Self-health. Because if she wasn't going to do it, and God knows who she was taking care of, because I gave her too much rope, and then she would stand there and say, "Oh, I'm doing this," and then she would come home. I think I gave her a lot of rope, and yep, I gave her a lot of rope. And then she'd call and tell me, "Oh, I'm cleaning with so-and-so." But it's the same woman she was staying with that she got involved with Brandon with. Brandon was like 28 or 29 years old. And Rachel was, 18 when she started school. Or 18, 19 when she started school there at KTI. And we started seeing Brandon. And then she was used by a dude named Chris for one night. She cheated on Brandon with Chris, and he forgave her. And yeah, so I imagine this is the same type of thing, because those people supported her in her decisions. So she was probably seeing somebody, and they just made it look like she was cleaning, which the whole time she was probably seeing whoever. Making up fake checks. She's just pretending she's depositing in her account. She's another one. My first wife knew my schedule to when I worked, and was seeing the guy when I was at work. So I kind of have a history where I give the ladies in my life too much rope, too much leeway to do the things they want. So she'd come home and not take care of me. So I take care of myself in the shower. So I need to find a woman who is willing and able and wants to take care of my needs, and I take care of her needs. She said she wanted a baby, but how can you create a baby when you're on birth control? And it takes 3 months for you to wean yourself off. So get that one. I want a baby, and you're doing this. And why? Because there's no use, because you're on birth control, killing your eggs. And you could tell they changed her birth control, and she gained weight from the birth control. As I lost weight, she gained it. And for all her odd, or her, what do you call it? I accepted her for who she was. She couldn't accept me for who I am, due to the fact that she said I was, well, I couldn't very well be scoping out some of her friends when we are out filming stuff like I am now. I'm not on my phone because I'm recording, and it just so funny that she made up so many different excuses, and her mother too made up excuses. And this is the same thing that they did to Brandon, and it's because people at the campground ostracize people and make them feel small and insignificant, and when they are the assholes, it wasn't so much her mom and dad, it was everybody else that Rachel listened to. Kathy, Joe's mother, or Kathy's mother, I don't know who the hell but anyway, and then you had Doug, which I believe that's the guy who raped Rachel before age 15, made her give a blowjob. I just like that motherfucker with my heart and soul. He's a fucking rapist, I betcha. Unless it was Joe, which I don't put anything past Joe and Kathy. That's why I don't like those assholes. Because when she said she was raped, and she's still friends with these people, but she wouldn't say who it was. So I'm playing the guessing game of which couple did this to her when she was younger. So all these videos with me discussing the fact that this dude should be put in jail because he ruined her life, basically. He really did. He really ruined her life because she can't have normal sex. So, and I really think it's Doug because she didn't feel quite right around Doug, and I don't quite, because they were she would go over to Kathy and Joe's, no problem. She would walk the dogs and all sorts of stuff. So I'm happy to say it was Doug and Vicky who did the raping of Rachel. So, and then you got people like Tiffany telling her the bad things that her boyfriend was doing, and Tiffany's boyfriend left her for another woman. So Tiffany would probably want to see Rachel's relationship fail, so Rachel could be like Tiffany and Tiffany like Rachel. And plus then you have the guy in Lewistown, the guy that always called her up and was talking to her and asking her to do crap, walk the dog this, walk the dog that. And it's like, you got a full-time job, you have your own house to take care of, and this guy wants her up there to take care of this house when he has a wife and kids. So the only thing I could think of is he wanted Rachel for his play toy. And that's another thing. And then she also had the freedom of Wayne's sons at the campground, getting drunk and sleeping with them. So whoever she slept with, to change this, I truly think that's what it was. She slept with somebody. She does not want to admit to it. And that's the truth of it. That is the total truth of it. She slept with someone else while I was away at school. And I, working my ass off, away from home, and, well, basically, it was a test. I told her it was a test, and she failed with flying colors. Because she's one of those people, if your man or woman's in another zip code or time zone, it's okay for you to cheat. So I'm guessing she gets that from her mom and dad and whoever else at the campground. That campground, ferry boat campground, is an evil place. It's okay for when the time that you're there, but everybody will talk about you after you're gone or while you're there. So it's an evil place. So don't trust anybody at ferry boat campground. They are some form of people. They're different kind of people. Up class, high class, backstabbing people. That's what they are. So I was trying to refrain today from going on a rant about Rachel, but it's so peaceful out here and I can think clearly. And I'm able to voice what I need to voice. So they still haven't, let's see. One reason was because it was financially exhausting Rachel. Okay, here we go. She wanted to pay my mortgage, so that was $510 a month. She got internet, which was $80 a month. Then she had a school bill of $105 a month. So that right there, let's see, 500, 600, 700. 700. Okay. Where are you going? We're taking the... That might be that veer. That might be the other way back to so anyway, so she only had like maybe $700 maybe. Say at least $750. Okay. Alright. And so with that said, with her working at Hand and Stone, and they get a charge $49.95. That's the cheapest, and she would get $20 of that. At least $20 of that. So $20. So she would have to at least just for 500 at $20, she would have to do 12 massages. That's not saying the tips she'd get, because they would tip her pretty well, $10 to $20. So that was, so she'd probably do 2 to 3 a day. So in a week. So say if she did 3, that's 21. So 21 times 20. Come on, precious, get moving. So you do the math. And then if she got a, say, a minimum of $10, so that was an extra $30 a day on 20. But as soon as that would, she would spend that money at Sheets's or on LuLaRoe. Huh. I don't remember that. Oh yeah, I think we did. I was too busy looking at this post. Come on, little girl. This is making you better. It's making us all better. For walking. Getting in shape. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Yep, I'm really a bad guy. Yep. She wanted to say I'm a piece of shite. I'm not a piece of shite. She's the piece of shite because the way she did everything. She waited for me to go to school to clean out the house. Because I think it's all because I truly do believe she slept with somebody. And she just don't want to admit it. And I don't even know who this guy is. Come on. Oh, come on over here. We got company. Get over here. Sit. two people up the wing who got bites. Sit, sit, Rock. Sit, sit, sit. Let them come through. Hi.
Thank you. How's it going?
All right. All right. Get moving. Whoa! Slow down. You nutbag. You're a nutbag, Rock. I'm gonna take you to the doctor and get that shot. Calm you down. Stop pulling. Thought you'd be tired by now. Uh-oh. This is where it gets tricky. Where is the... I think we will... Right through the center. Right through the center of this mound. Come on. Here we go. Rock, you're making good time. It's because your batteries are recharged. Man. You want some water? You want some water? Here. You want some water, Rock? Here. Come here. Here. Rock. You okay? You want some water? You want some water? Oh, I'm sorry. I sprayed you in the face. Here. Okay, come on. Since you don't want to drink, precious. Rocky got enough. Yep, so it's been since the 31st when I got off the plane. One or two texts to tell her how disgusted I was with her. And to where certain things were, because she did take some CDs out of the car that was not hers. She pretty much took them, and they can be replaced. So I got most of the stuff that was hers. I still have some stuff upstairs I need to look through, and I'll be able to give it all back to her. One shot. She's like, I thought we could be friends. Well, honey, no, not the way you did things. If you would have waited till I got home and sat down and said, hey, here's the deal. Here's the truth. and no lying. I think I could take that better than the way she did all this. Just moving out, coming home to an empty house, and all this crap. And trying to put the blame solely on me. No, say it, blame is not solely on me. Basically, Rachel's relationships are out of convenience. It's the guy who's there at the time of her dependency issue. That's what it is. Because I told her she has dependency issues. Because, I forget, we were having, when, like the first 3 months we were together, and we had a fight. And I was grabbing my keys to walk out the door to go cool down and go for a walk and think things through. She's standing there pulling her hair, crying, don't leave me, blah, 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 and this and that. Pulling her hair out. The girl had issues. Let me tell you. Dependency issues, big time. Mommy and daddy, basically, they promote it. They promote her dependency issues because they get her anything she wants. But I guess when you have a family like that, I don't have a family like that. I have I'm the redheaded stepchild, basically. I was beaten almost to death by my stepdad when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I kind of don't remember it, but I can remember bits and pieces of where he would wait for my mom to go to bingo on a Friday night, and then this guy that laid on the couch and did nothing, which mom took care of everything at home, which he made it a point. This way, back to the car. Basically, he made it a point to scare the living crap out of me and beat me and play evil mind games with me. And then mom even joined in on some of it, torturing me, putting me in a dark closet and telling me that I had to stand in there in the dark and the cockroaches would get me. And when I would sit on a box or what have you, they would open the door and catch me sitting on the box. They would then beat me or beat my toes and feet. They caught me, well, didn't catch me, but I was next door with the Spanish people one day, and they pretty much took, well, we were playing, they had a pig roast, and basically they dig up the ground and then they put the leaves down in the thing, and then put coals down in, and then put leaves on top of the coals, and then really put the pig on top of the leaves, and then cover the pig with leaves, and then put dirt on top of the leaves. Till maybe 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours later, they dig up the pig, or remove the dirt, remove the leaves, and then take out the pig, and it's just falling off the bone. And basically they caught me or well, came out the door, and I happened to have a stick in my hand that was on fire. And Mom came out, snatched me up by my collar, and just basically drugged me into the house, and took me over to the stove, and since it was a gas stove, proceeded to turn on the stove, and the flames were coming out over the little black things that the pot stood on, and took my hands and put my hands over the top of these flames. Burnt my hands, and I think I didn't go to school for I don't know how many days or whatever. I missed school because of these blisters on my hands. And then I can remember a time as well that because I said something to Harold about not being my father, and he could, I knew the word then because I heard Mom say it a lot, the F-U-C-K word, so I used it back. And, well, they took hot pepper, chili peppers, the crushed red pepper type, and took and opened and poured a whole capful and shoved that in my mouth. I can remember sitting at the table, and Harold loved candied red beets. The candied red beets, I did not like candied red beets. I do not till this day like candied red beets. Basically, I can eat raw red beets, no problem. But candied, forget it. I will not eat that. Basically, there was one that was quite large sitting on my plate, because the rule was I had to finish everything on my plate to be released from the table. So, yeah. He basically took that red beet and shoved that red beet down my throat. Yes. I'm a 5-year-old little kid. This guy's in his mid-30s and shoving shit down my throat. My brother and sister, they had it so much nicer. They got all the toys. They've got all the different things that I never got. They've got the latest and greatest video games. They've got the support. Then after I would guess that was about 1984 or 1985, because I remember going to second grade up in Perry County or was it 1982? Let me think about this. Let me see. 77 and 6. Would have been 82. 81, 82 time frame. When I moved up to, because my grandparents went ahead and got a lawyer and fought for custody of me. There was also a reoccurring incident. The principal, Mr. Fox, one day, it had to involve meatball subs. And the African American sitting across from me did not like meatball subs. So that's another thing I won't eat, is meatball subs. He threw it on my plate, and no, it wasn't Mr. Fox, it was Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw was the superintendent. Mr. Fox was the janitor that took pity on me most times, and just like kept me around and showed me what he would do. So there was always one of those. I noticed in the movies that there's always that janitor that pitied one of the people that were always picked on, and, you know, created a relationship. And Mr. Fox did that. And this was in Booth School in Harrisburg. It's in the projects. So I come from the projects. I still... Oh, leave that alone. That rotten stump she wants to roll in. So, it's interesting. But then as I grew up, my grandmother had her issues, and which her issues were, you want to go get a drink? You want to hop down there and get a drink? Come on, come back up here. Come on, precious. Hey, get up here. So, basically, my grandmother had her issues, and my step-grandfather had his issues. Basically, when I got to about 16 years of age, and I got to notice girls, and I really wanted to date this African American girl. She was half African and half Hawaiian, in Newport. Her name was Samantha Cote. Basically, she was the first to unconditionally love me for who I was. I mean, complete stranger. My first, I would guess, I would have to say my first real love. That one broke my heart. That one really did, because, well, what ended up happening with her is she had problems too, because her stepdad, or her supposed stepdad, Charlie, he was from prison, and he was doing things to Sam, and I don't know how she could have separated the two, or she did things with Charlie while her mom was on her medicine for MS. Her mom had MS, and she would take her medicine and go lay down and pass out. And then Charlie would sit at the edge of the table and drink beer till she fall asleep, or her mom would go upstairs and lay down in the room, and then he'd proceed to molest Samantha. And he would say, "You do this or I'm going after Tiffany and your brother." So this was what was going on in the household for I don't know how long. And then she moved to her grandmother's, and then basically it was far away. I got kicked out of my house because of dating Sam. My grandmother was a bigot. So I was kicked out for trying to have an interracial relationship. So that relationship really hurt me. That was like one of my first experiences at love. Well, actually, first experience in a sexual relationship with somebody. If I had to put it all up to take all my lovers and what have you, I'd have to say that first one was the Whopper. She was, man, I really don't even begin to have the words for it. Okay. I had pictures of her, which Rachel didn't like seeing. I actually had to hide them. I hate relationships like that where you can't talk about your past relationships. You know, Rachel expected. I had another relationship with a woman, and she, oh my God, I couldn't even walk into stores and look around. She got me back to the house. She tried to claw my eyes out because she would get that upset because I would be looking around in the store thinking I'm looking at women. When, for military-wise, I'd have to say it's something about military men. They scope the store. It doesn't matter what's going on, who's there, or what's going on. We scope the store because we're taught to look for things. And, well, when you have somebody insecure and not self-confident about who they are, they take it out on people. Rachel has no self-esteem. I mean, low self-esteem, that's what I mean. When somebody has low self-esteem and low self-confidence, is that good? Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. So I had rotten relationships with women. I've had basically rotten relationships within my own family. The recent thing that's happened, well, Mom made her amends with me, and she basically told me that it was at Christmas and she was dating a guy named Bob up in Berwick, or way up in Scranton, Nescahoning. I think that was the exit we had to get off of. His name was Bob, and he was a nice guy. He drank beer with me and everything, but then the beer drinking got to a point, but then I think that's because my mom changed him into, women do that. They try to change you, and, well, at least some women try to change you when they get deep into the relationship. Like Rachel wanted to try to change me, but I don't understand where she wanted to try to change me. Instead of talking to me and saying, hey, what's your problem, she just didn't want to face the issue or what have you. I could come up with so many hypotheticals with Rachel right now, that because I don't know the real deal, but I can guarantee for sure it was another guy, another man, which changed her. But anyway, back to getting off the subject. But anyway, back to Mom actually telling me Harold hated me. Harold 100% hated me with a passion and loved to torture me, she said. So we made amends. Well, when I got with Rachel, my mom called and said, because of Benjamin. Benjamin is my nephew, and he's autistic. And Benjamin would get something in his head, and he'd do what he wanted to do. And because of the autism. And Mom tried to correct him, and, well, it went too far one day, and she strangled him. And I got a call when I was at school, and I turned around and had to go to the Elizabethville Children and Youth, and sat down and talked with the lady about what was going to happen if I didn't take him. Or, well, why did I have to take him when Jesse could have took him? Because Mom and Jesse are like butt brothers. But due to the fact that he's married to Amy did not like Benjamin. So my brother could not take Benjamin. So they wanted me to take Benjamin. And I could not take Benjamin because of my schedule and everything that I had to do. And so it was, so Ben ended up going to a home, but at the time we were there, they were asking Ben questions. Ben was saying, they were saying, well, what, these questions, and Ben was coming out of his own mouth saying that Mom hit him, Mom choked him, Mom pulled his hair, Mom did all this shit to him. And it just reminded me of when I was a kid, what the type of crap she did to us kids. Excuse my language if I'm cussing or saying bad words. I'm sorry about that. But this is kind of a touchy subject. So, in all, They put Ben in a home. My sister came, and she about smacked the social worker in the mouth. She was 3 inches away from hitting the social worker, and standing behind her was a state trooper. So this state trooper witnessed. What are you doing, Precious? What are you doing? So, this state trooper witnessed my sister about to hit this social worker. And, so that sealed Lottie, my sister, not getting him. And then plus my sister already, for some reason, social workers and low housing, they go together, because I think social workers get into people's business when you're in low housing. If you have your own house, they don't bother you. But when you're in low housing and everybody and anybody picks up the phone and makes a complaint, they are right there at your door. That is the one thing I notice about social workers and low housing. So if you want a social worker out of your life, you go buy a house and move out of low housing, because the people in low housing are backstabbing a-holes. They will report you for anything and everything, and these social workers make everything an issue. So that's why my sister and mom have problems with social workers being in their lives. So the social worker was making a timely visit, or had a report. I'm taking it from the neighbor next door. They want to stand there and play like they're buddy with mom, but in the meantime they're calling on the phone, reporting her for the thin walls and what is said in her apartment because of the thin walls. And they want to blame me for what happened. I ain't the one who choked Benjamin. I am not the one who stood there and told the lady everything that mom did to him. So I'm being blamed for whatever happened because they needed somebody to blame. So I do not have a relationship with any of my family. My real dad just died here a couple months ago. He was living in a home. The only person I see every now and then is the grandmother that kicked me out when I was 16. I go over to the home and see her, but her situation is, this woman came into our lives when we were living in Millersburg, when I moved in with her, and this woman that came to the house to clean, seen the opportunity and wrote something down on a back of an envelope. My grandmother signed it. So my grandmother ended up being moved to a home, a retirement home, and put in there while this woman takes all my grandmother's money. So took her van, took all her computer, all her everything that she had, her furniture, you name it. This woman took everything. And now my grandmother's living in this home over in Perry County, and I go over and see her. She wants me to get her a lawyer, but I do not have the money to get her a lawyer. But she's the one who signed her rights away. So she wants me to get her a lawyer so she can get her rights back. Well, I don't have the money for that. And I feel she dug her own hole. So I tried to warn her when we were in Millersburg what this woman was doing, because she was supposed to come over and clean the house. She did not clean the house. She stayed there and took my grandmother out to breakfast. My grandmother paid, and then brought her back home, and my grandmother paid her $40 for not cleaning. So I warned my grandmother of it. I say, did you see what she did? She didn't clean nothing here. Oh, she cleaned that coffee cup that she drank out of? And you paid her $40 for that. But my grandmother, this woman had her convinced that whatever about me. So, and then basically that woman got her to sign something, and then I had to move, find somewhere else to live. So, warning, what's this warning saying? You're unable to use flash, no battery. Okay. But we're still rolling. I've got about 5 more minutes for 2 hours. So, anyway, that's pretty much some of my bad parts of my life. I have to, my next week, on a Sunday, I will go over all the good things in my life. So basically, stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute to Patreon. If you want to hear more of my life, my story, and the positive things are next week. These were the negative. I was trying not to get on a rant, but I feel so much better about talking about my life. And maybe some of you out there can relate to what I'm going through or have gone through. Just please comment. Let me know. All right. Dollar makes the difference.